This episode is nuts. Period. Oh god, please don't take that literally.
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for The Boys franchise. This one's going to be doing our first review for the spin-off series of The Boys. This one's going to be for episode 1, titled God You.
Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for The Boys. This one's going to be doing our very first review for the spin-off series of The Boys. This one is the Gen V series, episode 1, titled God You. So, is that supposed to be like, I got you or something? I don't know. But anyway, first episode is done for Gen V. Well, this review is for episode 1. But you can go ahead and check out the first 3 episodes now streaming on Amazon Prime. I got a chance to watch them all last night, and if you're not aware, and this is just a PSA for anybody, these episodes actually do release early. They release at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the day before it usually airs. So they air it a few hours earlier than like your normal subscription service would do, which I think is really cool on Prime. I mean, I've said this many times, but I think Prime is honestly my favorite subscription service going on right now. And that says a lot because there's a lot of different subscription services. There's Netflix, there's, Disney Plus, AMC Plus, like there's a lot of stuff, right? But this streaming service has been absolutely amazing, and I love that they released the episodes early like this. So, jumping into this series, what can I say about the first episode of Gen V? Well, I thought it was pretty solid, you know what I mean? I had some issues with it, one major one that we'll go through, but I thought it was pretty good. You know what I mean? I think they overall did a good job with it. It's definitely a new feel for The Boys, although it still has that familiar vibe to it with the gore and some of the, stuff going on. But basically, the plot of this show and what is going on basically is that you have this character named Mary, right? And she's like kind of like a young teenager type character. And we tell her backstory in the intro of this, which I just thought was absolutely outrageous, where basically she has her first period, okay? So, this gets a little gruesome pretty much right off the bat. She basically goes in the bathroom, starts bleeding and stuff, and her mother's wondering what's going on. So she goes upstairs, and the blood shoots out of her hand and gets her mom in the throat, and she ends up dying and bleeding out on the floor. So then her father goes and walks upstairs to see what's going on and sees that her powers have just killed her mother, right? And then it kills the father too. So she kills her 2 parents on her first period as a superhero. I mean, it doesn't get more frigged up than that. It really doesn't. And I thought it was actually a phenomenal way to start the show because I was like, okay, this is definitely The Boys. This is definitely The Boys. So there you go. And basically, then we see her in the current timeline. She's going to this school or whatever. And the principal is a major actor. I really like this guy. I'll put up an image of him here. Bricks or whatever, I think is his name. He's like the principal or whatever, and he's like, the big deal of the whole thing. I thought he was really cool. He had a really intimidating side to him, you know what I mean? And especially some of the scenes that he has with this character named Luke, who he believes is a really, really important member of this, college and stuff. He thinks that he could be a member of the Seven one day, and he thinks that maybe with enough, he could be even smarter than Homelander, you know what I mean? So I thought that was pretty cool. I like how, this guy has a lot of faith in some of the students, and then not so much in others. But yeah, basically, we get introduced to a few new characters. Luke, who is kind of an antagonist for this episode, but he's like kind of like that popular guy that, in the school that has the superpowers and he beats up everybody. In one moment where he fights one guy in like an arena and stuff, and the guy's like arms both get taken off, and he's like, oh, it's okay, man, let's just attach your arms back, He's like, maybe next time, So Luke was cool. I thought his character was cool. He's obviously, spoiler warning, only a 1-episode character, but I thought he was good. We have Emma, who is Mary's like kind of like roommate or whatever in this college, right? So they're kind of, sharing a room. They kind of, start to be friends and stuff. And Emma, I think, is a really fantastic character because she is kind of like an Ant-Man type character where she can shrink down to a certain amount, right? Like really, really small, like literally this big. And, kind of sneak around and, do some of this stuff. So I like her superpower. And then, of course, Mary with, the blood hands, right? She has to cut her hands, which is kind of, I would imagine kind of painful, although maybe not if you have superpowers and then you can, shoot out the blood and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. you know, like take people down with it and stuff, right? And yeah, Emma was cool, Luke was cool, and overall, I thought they're really good. We also have Luke's girlfriend, who is Kate, so we have her as well. She's, you know, kind of a minor character in this first episode, but she's there as well. And I'm going to kind of skip through some of this, because this is some of the stuff that didn't really interest me too much. Basically, you know, they all kind of go out, and they have some fun, and they drink, and they party, and all this stuff. I just really didn't care. You guys know I'm not really big into, like, teen dramas, and this kind of felt like it for a lot of it, you know what I mean? They kind of go out, they party, they do some drugs, they do some stuff like, you know what I mean? But I did find one part to be kind of interesting, where you have Andre, which is one of the characters we're following, and he is kind of hitting on this girl, right? And she basically gives him a dare, like, if you can get like this one thing or whatever to like all the way to the other side of the room, I'll go out with you or something. And anyway, so he does it, but he misses because somebody runs into him and he kills somebody, right? Brutally. And somehow, and this is kind of like where the plot kind of goes, is that Mary is able to save this person at the last minute. And then she's looked at as the big hero, right? Which I thought was kind of interesting. So that was pretty cool. And Mary is a character, I think she's good, you know what I mean? I'm not like blown away by her or anything, but I think she's good. I think the actress is kind of you know, like with the performance, but you know, the character is solid. And in terms of, you know, the rest of the episode, we have the one, you know, principal of the school, right? He ends up, now this is kind of one of the things that I didn't really like about the episode. We then see Luke, who kind of is kind of nuts. He's kind of crazy. And this is the part of the episode that I didn't really understand what was going on, where, you know, you've got like Mary, she walks into this room, she basically catches Luke killing the principal, and the principal just dies, the brick guy or whatever, which I did not want him to die at all. Like, he's a major actor. They were advertising him a lot in this show as like a big time character, and they just kill him in the first episode like he's nothing. Like, this guy is like a huge actor, and they friggin' like literally just breeze past him so quickly. So I don't know. I found that was really weird. And then the fighting back and forth. You got like that Jordan kid or whatever that's like a girl, and then he's a guy 1 minute, and then, you know. And, you know, you got like the kind of the fight that's going on. It's very random. Luke is just randomly a bad guy. And then he ends up, you know, kind of breaking out or whatever. And basically at the end of it, you know, spoiler warning, Luke ends up dying. Basically, he shoots up into the sky and then he blows the hell up because he's like on fire so much, and then he blows up. Which I do like the gore, right? As the blood starts raining down on them at the end and stuff. That was pretty cool. But I just felt like the principal character was kind of like a waste of potential. I just didn't really, I don't know. And I didn't really understand why they were all freaking out towards the end, and the fight just kind of came out of nowhere. But I don't know. That stuff was alright. Some of the teen stuff was kind of meh. But overall, I thought it was good. You know what I mean? I thought it was a good start. I thought it was a solid start. It's definitely no boys pilot for sure. It's probably not even half as good, to be honest. But I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. It was good. It was solid. It was there. I think that the episode could have done a little bit better in certain areas. But, you know, I thought it was pretty good, right? It was a pretty good start. So anyway, if you're new to the channel, guys, let me know if you enjoyed this episode. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy this video, make sure to click the subscribe button to miss any of the videos for the boys. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And of course, I will see you guys really soon for more videos for Gen V. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.